Well, all right, everybody. Welcome to the Rebel Racing Network. I am your host, Eddie Smith, and tonight we are at the finale of the Speedway Kings mini series. During the off season here at Rebels, we see who is the best super speedway racer. How we do it, we send you through the ARCA car, through the Xfinity car, through the 1987 car, through the trucks, and through the COT. And then tonight we're going to end up with the 2013 Chevy SS and Ford Fusion. And if you've made it this far watching the broadcast, bless your heart. I can't believe you have decided to come back and watch this one more time. But I think tonight we're going to put on one of the best shows so far, and we're going to crown the king tonight. And it's going to be a close one. So far we have had for a super speedway series where guys are going to be getting caught up in stuff that has nothing to do with them and all kinds of stuff. We got two drivers, Jameson Mullins and Steve Loving, who have kind of separated themselves from the field and sit atop the standings. Jameson Mullins at 147 points, Steve Loving at 146. So these two are going to be kind of the spotlights tonight as they have about a 10-point advantage over third place Chris Reese. So, but tonight, what we're looking at so far is a 35-car field as everybody has shown up tonight ready to go. Some guys that haven't raced so far in the season want to come and just hang out on a Sunday night, and we love it. So, for people like Chris Reese sitting at 137 points, Vernon Reese sitting at 133, Steve McDonald sitting at 127, and Brandon Wallace at 121, because of how many people there are in the field, they still have a chance. So we've got quite a few drivers still in the running to be the king. So, but at the top of the standings, Jameson Mullins, Steve Loving, they are all they've got to do is finish ahead of each other. There's only one scenario where Steve Loving can finish one spot and not winning spot ahead and have a tie. But I don't know the tiebreaker. I'm just going to assume it's going to be wins. And Jameson Mullins has 2 wins on the season, so he would get that tiebreaker if that is a tiebreaker. And I'll let the series commissioner Brandon Wallace make that call. But that would be a easy tiebreaker, and Jameson Mullins would win that. But all Jameson Mullins has to do is finish ahead of Steve Loving, and but at the end of the day, if he goes out and wins this race, doesn't have to worry about that at all. And he has shown plenty of speed in all the different disciplines. Super speedway racing is very similar in a lot of things, but all the different cars that we've done, every one of them's different, and this one's going to be just different like the others have been. English. And what we're going to see tonight is the cars are a little bit squirrely. This car hasn't been updated in a while. And as we go ahead and we show Patrick Drabick doing his qualifying lap, you're going to see these cars draft really well. They're able to get to the back bumper and really push with that flat back bumper. The temperatures of the car will keep you from staying on there for too long, but you'll see guys be able to push and make a lot of headway as a tandem, but not for long. You can't push more than just a little while, and you'll blow your motor. So, going to be interesting to see how these play out tonight. In our test about a month ago, we saw 3x3 about 10 rows deep. Very reminiscent of the early 2000 plate racing that we had in actual NASCAR. So I'm hoping to see more of that tonight. But what that means is it's going to be harder to make ground up. If you're not at the front, that's why this qualifying is going to be so important. If you are not up front, you're not going to be able to make your way up there very easy. It's going to be a roadblock. A couple of the cars that we've seen, especially last night, had a lot of room. You're able to get through traffic really easily and make moves if you were willing to, if you had the colonists to do it. And but tonight's going to be a little bit difficult unless there's just a wrench that iRacing's thrown at us in this car track combo. So you're going to have to really be smart about how you position yourself and put yourself near the front. That way you can strike. But let's go ahead and keep check out qualifying as it runs and kind of keep track. Right now, Patrick Drabick, the only one to put down a time. Spencer Gay comes through. Ryan Pendleton with a nice lap. We'll see. Most guys are going to run a couple laps to try to get that speed up in these cars. It's interesting. These cars run pretty slow by themselves. Probably 180 top out alone, but in the draft, they'll be well over 200 miles an hour. So should be a fun, exciting race tonight as we get ready to crown the king. Patrick Drabick comes by and finishes what should be his second lap, and we'll see if he improves upon it. He does not, as number 47 of Josh Smith is going to take over the top spot. Very, very close. Steve Loving submitting himself at the top of the standings. Have yet to see, let's see where Jamie Mullins, we see him out on track. He is our current points leader. He's looking to take home the crown tonight. Jamie Mullins, and what a nice guy this guy is. He's always really nice in conversations I've had with him. Man, super nice guy, retired United States Air Force. And if you can't tell by the look of the car, he's definitely a Tennessee Vols fan. So we're not going to hold that against him. Not tonight. Mullins jumps up to 6th on his first lap. Let's see if he can improve upon that. Gets a little bit of the apron there. Not sure if that's going to help him or hurt him. Some cars will get their fast lap on the first lap. Some will do it on the second. Let's see if he can improve on it. And then we'll get a couple of guys if we can up in this, which I think we may just have 5 minutes. Let's pull up the ticker and see. Well, it doesn't tell me. But we'll know in just a second. If we got a little bit of time, we'll bring some guys up here anyway and talk to them, see what their plan is, see if Jamie Mullins able to improve. And he does not. So it looks like the first lap is going to be your money lap. Seemed to miss a little bit. And we're jumping right in. Qualifying is over. So we are getting ready for the grid. So let's go ahead and bring that up as we get ready to go green here to crown the king tonight. Josh Smith in the number 47 machine sitting atop the standings. Tyler Rice in second. Looks like a couple teammates there taking over the front row. Steve Loving, our second place in points, is in third place. Kyle Roberts for Reaper Racing outside of row 2. Charles Stevens and Stephen McDonald have the third row locked up. Jesse Necula, Chuck Feltz running 7th and 8th. 9th is Jamie Mullins, our current points leader. Cody Bowman. Cody Bowman's Lawn Service. He's rounding out the top 10. Patrick Drabick, Goat Locker entry. Going to start 11th. David Necula starting 12th. Starting 13th is Zach Wittstein. Brandon Wallace starting 14th. Jaden Gay, I think that might be Spencer Gay, starting 15th. Vernon Reese starting 16th. Ryan Pendleton, another Goat Locker entry, starting 17th. Colton Lanford Nation, Holla. Jason Lottridge starting 19th. Aaron Sayer starting 20th. Dave Jones starting 21st. Alan Wernicke starting 22nd, our ARCA champion. Mickey Isaac starting 23rd. Chris Reese starting 24th, our third place in points, starting near the back. 25th, Andy Kurtz. Garrett Kinder starting 26th. Kenneth Pack starting 27th. Brandon Pollock starting 28th. Travis Bieber starting 29th. Josh Lokovitz, current king, starting 30th. He's here to pass the torch tonight. Kai Shepard, starting 31st. Josh Oswald starting 32nd. Greg Barnett, 33rd. Jonah Colbert starting 34th. And Mike Veek rounding out the end of the field in 35th position. So lots of cars here tonight. So these guys have to be careful. Nobody is safe in the top 5 in points. And you have to stay out of trouble. You'll have a fast repair, but that can be used up really quickly. So you've got to be smart and get this done. So let's go ahead while we have a lap. Let's go ahead and bring A couple guys up in the booth. Let's start. Let's see. I think we may have some guys in a different Discord, and we do. So I'm not able to pull up. Not able to pull up Jamie Mullins. So let's bring up Steve Loving and see what he. Hey, Steve, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Hey, Eddie, what's going on, man?
Well, you are sitting in second in the points and just 1 point out. So all you have to do is just finish 2 spots ahead or just go out and win this race. I don't want it to keep you too long as you're on the pace lap. But tell me, man, for this race, what's your plan? What are you trying to do?
That's exactly what I'm trying to do. Finish either 2 spots ahead or win. Just stay out of trouble, play smart, be conservative, don't push it. Try to take care of the car, and hopefully we can be at the finish at the end of 50.
All right, what have you found so far in these cars in practice so far? What quirks about them do you think is going to make a big difference in this race?
The plate's definitely very different than the COT. A lot like the Cup cars, but does get squirrely off the back end if someone tries to take the air off your spoiler. They have a much shorter spoiler, so just have to be cautious on the quarter entry once the back tires start getting warmed up.
All right, well, I'm going to let you go. Good luck tonight, and hopefully we'll be calling you king at the end of the race.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot.
Well, there you have it, Steve Loving. I would talk to Jamie Mullins, but cannot get him in the Discord. I think he's, like I said, he is in a different one. So would love to talk to him, but just not able to. But we'll talk to Steve Loving, and we'll try to get some more people if we have some cautions. Try to bring some folks up in here to talk about this race. But we are getting ready to go green. Josh Smith in the 47, that red car on the bottom, going to lead us to green. The pace car pulls off. And I tell you what, 50 laps, I'm so excited. It's going to be a blast as we come around the tri-oval, waiting on that green flag. And there it is. Green flag is out. Just like in every one of our leagues, got to go on green, so you see they're side by side, neck and neck as we go out into turn one. Let's do a little speed cam as I hope that they can keep it all together for a few laps as we really try to crank it up here. Alrighty, well, so far so good as we are 2 by 2 all the way back. This top line trying to get organized. You see how many gaps there are between cars as guys are definitely going to be playing it safe here. As we heard Steve Loving talk about how squirrely you can get. The tri-oval will sneak up on you in these. So you have to be real careful, and so guys are giving each other plenty of room. You see the gap there between the 68 of Stephen McDonald and Kyle Roberts there on the top line. It's really bad for line organization, but definitely don't fault anybody from giving a little bit of room. You see somebody down on the apron. Looks like Cody Bowman going to the back as he drops down on the apron, going to let the whole field go by, I would assume. You have to be careful not to lose the draft here. He's going to go all the way to the tail end. Get back on the track. I can't tell if he got into contact, but that's probably a bad thing. It's going to be a little bit too far out of the draft. So I don't know if he had an issue or if he just was trying to get out of the mess or what. But he is some almost 2.5 seconds back from the end of the field. Jonah Colbert, as you can't even see the field on his on this camera. So let's go back up to the front. We're starting to see Kyle Roberts and Tyler Rice make that top line work. You start to see a little bit of sort of an advantage there, but Steve Loving putting the bumper to Josh Smith, trying to make sure that that bottom line is the dominant line. As you see, Josh Smith gets a nice shove out in front a little bit. So Steve Loving giving him a great shove. You see the 88 of Charles Stevens, 88, 26, I don't know what number he is. He's in the Dale Jr. Diet Mountain Dew machine, so he's going to go to the outside, and he is going to fight for the lead here as he's got Tyler Rice pushing on the back end of him. A Chevy being pushed by a Ford. I can't believe it. They're not going to be too happy about that, but maybe they're not watching. I don't know. But so far, this car is delivering like I thought it would. No line really having a huge advantage. And guys just having to work together. That's what you're going to have to do in this car. And you just really have to get a line that is willing to tuck up, get real close, and be the dominant line. You know, Kyle Roberts kind of been bouncing in and out of the line, but still able to make that top line be incredibly fast. So, Steve Loving, see there, gets a little bit loose on that travel, jumps down to the aprons. You have to be careful. Don't want that to be a habit for sure. We got Kevin Kinder in the chat. Want to shout out people in the chat tonight, and I think for the next broadcast I do, we'll have the chat pop up on the screen so y'all can see what's going on. As we see, got Charles Stevens takes over the lead, jumps down in front of Josh Smith. So Charles Stevens showing a lot of muscle early. Got somebody down below the apron back there. Guys are getting racy, trying to position themselves, as these two cars kind of got a little gap going right here. But Kevin Kinder said in the chat, let's have a good one tonight. Go number 13. And he said he had to give a shout out to Cody Bowman. Have a good one. So, you know, right now, I don't think Cody Bowman's having a good one. You see the crowd, the pack go by, and Cody is all by himself. So he is waiting for a caution. He's going to need one to get caught back up before he goes down a lap down. He's got about 9 seconds now. So let's go check on number 13 as we see number 13 and Mike Veith are kind of running nose to tail. Seem to be just trying to stay out of the mess. You see Jonah Colbert also doing the same thing. Has a huge gap here to the end of the field. And you see this long line here as we try to spread it out a little bit. You see this long line of drivers here on the bottom just trying to hang on to that draft the best they can. And but be able to get out of the way if accidents do happen. So you want to be careful and not end up like Cody or Garrett and Mike. Don't want to lose the draft, but definitely want to try to stay out of it if you can. But let's go back up front and let's see what's going on. As Josh Smith was able to get back by Charles Stevens. So far, we are green, lap 8 of 50. Man, these guys really showing a lot of patience, but guys are being real racy, but doing it super clean. So, so far we have stayed clean. Lap 9. I'm not really sure what the record is. I think it is around lap 9. So, let's see if we can get us a new record of green flag laps here. And Julie Hammond says in chat, says let's go Colton. So let's go check on Colton, see where he's at. Colton Lamford in that Mountain Dew Amp Energy 25 machine. Down there in the bottom, he's running in 16th spot right now. Is number 11 machine. Brandon Wallace goes around. Brandon Wallace down in the inside wall, and there we are on lap 9. The broadcasting curse caution comes out. Let's go back and see what happened there. Is you see Brandon Wallace just kind of getting a little bit high in the front stretch, and let's try to go on board with him and try to see exactly what happened as we watch the 15 there of Vernon Reese was getting ready to go. Like Brandon was just there in the middle and checked up a little bit and left that hole open a little bit. And I don't think Brandon thought that Vernon was going to close that gap and sends Brandon down to the inside wall with a lot of damage. Let's see if he was able to get around to pit road, and he is right now. Getting down, you see that engine smoking. Brand new engine, brand new car, and he is back on the track. So we're under our first caution on lap 10. Our leader, Josh Smith, Charles Stevens Jr. running second, Tyler Rice third, Steve Loving doing what he needs to do to be up there and miss all these accidents and claim the title of the king. He's doing everything he can right now, running in fourth. Kyle Robertson fifth, Jesse Necula in sixth, Stephen McDonald in seventh, and our points leader, Jamie Mullins, in eighth. So Chuck Pegleg Phelps ninth, and Patrick Drabick in 10th. And we see guys coming down pit road right now. Pretty much everybody's going to come down pit road. I don't know the fuel situation, unfortunately. I didn't get time to really ask that, but it looks like everybody is coming down pit road. I doubt tires are a huge issue. It must be time to get that car packed full of fuel. Let's see how many folks. Josh Smith with a 7-second pit stop probably took 2 tires and filled that tank up full. Comes out front. Jason Lottridge electing to stay out on the track in that 48 machine. They definitely cannot make it on fuel, so I don't know. I think this might be a bad call. I don't think they can make it on fuel. I'm almost 110% sure you can't. So Jason just looking for some track position, and feels like there's going to be another caution. And I think that would be a safe bet, but you never know. Sometimes you can get through without we can go green the rest of the way, and then you have to stop under green. That would be a bad deal. So hopefully that's not the case, and he may just be waiting another time around, come down and get that extra lap of fuel that these guys won't have, and get himself to the back. So we'll see what he does here. Here at the Original Rebels, we have a lot of support from family, friends, and others, and it's so good to see the support from friends and family in chat, shouting out your favorite drivers. So if you're in here watching and you hadn't said anything, feel free to jump in there to the chat, holler out your favorite driver. We'll highlight them and see what they're up to, and because we got 35 drivers here tonight to go over, so I don't think I'll be able to hit everybody, as the racing has just been phenomenal so far. So definitely shout out your driver, and we'll check up on them and see where they are, and that way you can keep tabs on them. As I see calling people's names out in chat, I'll try to make sure that I focus in on those particular drivers from time to time. That way you can see where your driver is racing. I know it's not always cool to sit there and watch the leaders. We want to know where your driver's at. We'll do the best we can to accommodate that. But we got a large field tonight. I tell you, Cody Bowman, he was shouted out earlier. He is really glad to see that caution because he had missed the draft and was falling back, and I can't tell, does he have a little bit of damage on that right front? Or is that just his car? I think it's just a paint scheme. But yeah, he had missed the draft, dropping down, trying to get out of the pack, and was in big trouble. And so this caution is exactly what he needed. Try to turn down these car sounds just a little bit. I want you to be able to hear the car, but I don't want to be trying to yell over them. Lights are out on the pace car, and we're getting ready to go back green on lap 12. We'll come into 13 now. Quite a few laps to go. 50 laps at Talladega is a long time. It takes a while to click these laps off, so there's still a long way to go as guys are trying to be patient. No big one there. Guys were able to miss that little issue there. Spencer Gay got a little bit of front end damage when Brandon Wallace shot through in front of him, but front end looks good now. Brandon Wallace in his number 11, 711 Chevy SS. Got a little bit of a checkup there. But Jason Lottridge did not go down pit road, so he is playing the track position game and probably expecting more caution. So there's really, I want to say there's no safer place to be than out front, but that's not always the case. But pace car coming down pit road, and we are getting ready to go green as we see the long train of cars that Jason is pulling behind him. See if he elects to go early or wait all the way to the green. He does. He jumps out a little bit early. Tyler Rice going to get a jump too. So is Steve Loving on the bottom, but there's a big gap behind him. And I think that top line there with Josh Smith and Charles Stevens Jr. together, you see how separated those top three are. But it looks like Tyler Rice sees it coming, and he's going to jump up in front of him. But Jason Lottridge in trouble here, I would believe. He's the self-proclaimed Speedway King, but he is about to get swallowed up as Steve Loving going to get to his back bumper, but that's going to allow Tyler Rice to really get a huge run. He's able to clear him. Tyler Rice does go down in front of Jason Lottridge. So Josh Smith, Tyler said, thank you very much. I'll take that. You see the field really getting spread out as guys are being really patient. You see just how much gap people are leaving. I'm not sure how bad they want to be back here, but they are definitely committed to running in the back and staying out of trouble. Guys, big names, guys I expect up at the front. Kyle Schapper, Cody Bowman, Alan Warnecki, Brandon Wallace, Travis Beaver, Jonah Colbert, Garrett Kinder. All those guys are at the back just hanging out. Josh Oswald up here. In this little second pack right here. Josh Lokovitz ahead at the tail end of this main pack. So as we got somebody down on the bottom, I don't know who that is, down on the apron. Well, that's Jason Lottridge. I think, let's go back and look, but it may have been one of those deals like Cody Bowman just trying to get out of trouble. Let's go back and watch. See him there in that, oh yeah. Well, a little bit of net code there. Kyle Roberts did jump down, but there was a huge gap in between them. So looks like just a little bit of net code, but he is still running. He is still in the pack. So we'll jump back up front and check out our leader, Josh Smith, as he leads the car in that red 47 machine. These cars, because they have that really small spoiler, and it's really hard to tell, but the car is really, the back end of the car is kind of mushed down, trying to get as much speed as you can, but these cars don't generate the runs that, say like the Cup car might or any other vehicle. So they don't generate runs as quickly. You really have to work together with somebody else. And so you're not seeing a huge rubber band effect. But if two cars get together, you can definitely see the speed advantage when that happens. You just have to be careful. I think the biggest mistake you can make with a tandem is doing it too often, getting that oil temperature and water temp. The way it seems to work is it seems to be like so we got an accident. Oh, it's the big one as the number 15 Vernon Davis goes around, and there it is. There is the, oh my goodness, David Jones in that Winston Black number 10 flipping up in the air. And man, this was a majority of the field here. Let's try to go back if we can and see what in the world happened. try to go back right about here and see if we can see what happened. As though it's already happening. Let's back it up. Try to give you guys a good view of what happened. It looks like it started with Vernon Reese up here. He gets into the back of Colton Lanford as they were getting close in the corner there, and try to slow it down a little bit if we can. Yeah, just gets on that left rear part of that back bumper, and everything looked good for a second there, and then the cars were just moving around too much, and unfortunately just got into that left rear quarter panel, and Colton Lanford was just along for the ride. So let's try this out and see if we can make this look good again. Yeah, there's a little slow motion there. You see Colton just kind of moves up towards the entrance to that corner, just stay off the number 4 machine. And when he did that, just got the left rear quarter panel, or left rear of that bumper. And there's a big one. Just guys piling in, going through cars. But under our second caution, lots of guys on pit road. Jason Lottridge very happy to see that, as he's able to come in and get his fuel and get topped off. Looks like a lot of guys are deciding to do the same thing. Jonah Colbert, guys who've been running in the back. Cody Bowman, Mike Veith, Josh Lurkovitz, all these guys coming in and get fuel or tires. Looks like a lot of guys decided to come in and change 4 tires, give them a little bit of grip out there. Not sure tires make a huge difference, but if you're trying to stay in the back, might as well. So yeah, Kevin Kinder says iRacing needs to speed up the pace car on these long tracks, and I agree. It can be pretty tough under caution. We go from about a 49, 50-second lap to about a minute and 45 seconds, sometimes 2 minutes, and that gives you a chance to calm down. If you was getting a little bit too hyped up there in the pack, you can kind of calm down, catch your breath, check, make sure your seat belts are tight. Let's do a Lanford Nation check, as he was involved in that accident, but looks like his car is looking good. Damage has been fixed, so that's a fast repair down. I'll tell you what, let's talk to somebody tonight. Let's see if we can get some conversation going on here. Talk to some folks. Let's see if I can find Colton Lanford. Talk to him about that incident, maybe. And there he is. Hey, Colton, it's Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Man, doing good, Colton. Lanford Nation has been shouted out, and kind of want to talk to you about that incident there. Your car looks good. Looks like you got the fast repair. Kind of what happened there?
Um, it was all kind of a blur, man. I'm running up on the high side trying to not slam into the back of somebody, and next thing I know, I felt like a big shove in the back, and I tried to hold on to it, tried to thread the needle between Pat Dravick and David Necula, and it just didn't happen.
Well, so that was your one fast repair, so you're done on fast repairs, right?
Yep, it's basically going to be like the Xfinity race, just try and survive.
Hey, you just got to send it. Well, all right, man. Well, I'm going to let you go so y'all can go back green. I just wanted to get you up here and let Lanford Nation hear you talk. But good luck in the rest of the race, man, and hope you're able to stay out of trouble.
Let's hope so. If I could stay behind Pat here, I should survive. But
Well, all
I
right, man.
appreciate you.
Yeah, well, good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Well, all right, there was Colton Lanford.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Wrong one, Eddie.
I sent myself down to the damn channel. Let's try to let's send Colton down there. Well, all right, we're getting ready to go green as I sent myself down to the team channel. We go back up front. Josh Smith's going to lead us to green. Kyle Roberts running in that second position in the Valvoline 35. Charles Steven has shown a lot of speed and a lot of strength here, but we got some guys coming up here. You see Ryan Pendleton blinking out there in the 23 machine. Zach Wetstein right behind him, so we got some new players. That Pepsi car, Patrick Dravick, and then Colton Lanford right behind him. So we'll see who's able to make some moves now, as we're not even halfway yet, so still a long way to go. But guys are going to start to feel the anxiousness of this race and start to work their way to the front. And it's going to start getting a little bit tighter. Guys are going to be running a little bit closer, not going to be hanging back as far. Let's go ahead and let's crank it up one more time. That was I really like this. Woo, them boys make it look good. I like that. Well, up front, really no change as Josh Smith and Kyle Roberts work in the front of each lane. Kyle Roberts does get a little bit ahead, but Josh Smith with a good push from Charles Stevens Jr. Charles Stevens Jr. is able to get back out front, so it seems like they're trading blows here. Let's go on board with Tyler Rice and let's see what he's doing in the cockpit view. Looks like Zach Wetstein makes it 3 wide there, goes through the middle, and that terrifying Nicolas Cage machine is, looks like Tyler Rice is on the outside, getting freight trained a little bit here, as who's inside of him? Looks like 23 of Ryan Pendleton. We'll go on board with him and see what this looks like running in a line and trying to get some momentum up. See, he's able to get a little bit of run. He may have lifted just a little bit there to try to stay off of him, but Tyler Rice is headed to the back quick as he has already dropped down to 14th, 13th position. You see this pack getting bigger and bigger as guys are, like I said, starting to feel the end of the race coming on, and got to make your moves, but that's going to mean that guys are going to be more aggressive, going to be doing a little bit more side drafting, going to be pushing a little bit harder, and we already saw the effects of pushing on the wrong part of the bumper, so you have to be careful as we're watching this third line here with Garrett Kinder and Jonah Colbert, along with the 17 car Josh Oswalt in that top line. Let's see if they're able to get anything going. Usually what happens is they start to get something going, and then guys start to see that it starts to work. And Brandon Wallace getting really close in that middle lane. and guys start jumping up to the top side. Now, the top side does work. It works a lot better than I think some of these guys think it will. I just think 3 wide is not I don't think too many people are interested in that right now. So they kind of stalled out back here, about 16th place. But you get enough cars up in that top line, I would fully expect to see the 13, 31, 17, and 43 make their way to the front. But out front, still the same. Still watching Kyle Roberts trying to get clear of Josh Smith, but just not able to do it. Charles Stevens doing a great job, like I said, staying on that back bumper to keep. It's a game right now. It looks like for the uninitiated, it looks like guys are just driving in circles and why won't somebody go on or whatever. But it's this battle of momentum of Josh Smith getting pushed by Charles Stevens, gets out front, and then Zach Wetstein gets to the back bumper of Kyle Roberts and pushes him out front, and just trying to keep that momentum up. And somebody's going to have to give at some point. As they get a good run here, Josh Smith moves up just a little bit to try to stymie that run. But Zach Wetstein all over the back bumper of Kyle Roberts as the bottom line has become disconnected. And you see just how much Kyle Roberts is able to get out there with Josh Smith coming back on that low line. Charles Stevens is going to get back to his bumper. Ooh, Kyle Roberts a little bit out of shape, and they get ready to touch. Kyle Roberts needs to calm down a little bit. He's getting the wiggles. We've all done it at some point. You got somebody on your back bumper, and it looks like Zach Wetstein says, all right, that's enough for me, Kyle. I'm just going to go on by you. But you see that a lot in super speedway races where somebody gets the wiggles. They're looking out the rear view mirror, trying to stay in front of somebody, and they get to wiggling back and forth to the point where they get out of shape, and they can't get it straightened back up. So Kyle Roberts is now leading that top line, and Zach Wetstein takes his shot at Josh Smith. So far, nobody able to break up that little 2-car tandem on the bottom. We'll do a little quick update on our points leaders. So far, Steve Loving doing exactly what he needs to do here in that 27 City Chevrolet machine, running in 7th but 4th on that bottom line. The race ends right now. He is going to be our super speedway king, but Jamie Mullins not that far behind. You see him in that gray Vols in the center of your screen. He has got that. He's got the crosshair on that. The big one happens right in front of him. Oh my goodness! The broadcaster curse happens, and Jamie Mullins, while I've got the darn camera on him, gets caught up in that accident. My goodness, what happened? We're gonna go ahead and rewind it and see, because I was looking at Jamie Mullins and it happened up at the front. It looks like it started with maybe Ryan Pendleton. Let's go ahead and stop it here as I try to find Ryan Pendleton. Here he is. Looks like, Ryan was trying to shoot the gap there. Charles Stevens was there, and Steve Loving, able to miss that accident, being there on the bottom, was able to get clear of that and come out unscathed. So that's that trouble we're looking at. Guys like Chris Reese who are running in 14th. These type of accidents could be the end of both of the front runners, Steve Loving and Jamie Mullins, and so everybody has a shot. And oh no, well, this is a tough deal right here. Is it looks like Jamie Mullins. It looks like he might have had to tow. Let's see if he drove. It looks like he got to pit road a little bit too quickly. Yeah, it looks like his car was completely dead, motor blown, and that means he had to tow. So he's got about a 2.5-minute tow most likely. So he's going to sit on pit road, and I don't know if he's got a fast repair. We'll check back in with him in a few minutes once that tow finishes. The way it works in iRacing is if your car's not able to get back to pit road under its own power, you can exit the car and cause it to tow. And what that means is that iRace simulates the towing, how long it would take you to get to pit road. Even if you have a fast repair, it simulates that, so it puts you right on pit road. So he has to sit there and wait 2.5 minutes for that tow to get him back to pit road if he does have a fast repair, and hopefully he does. Most likely going to go a lap down. We'll check on that right now and see. We'll see as it rotates through. Yeah, as the field comes through right now, he is definitely going to go at least one lap down, and so far he is 2 laps down. So, wow, really hate to see that, but that's kind of the nature of this. It's a tough break. You know, if he can get a fast repair, at least get out there and try to dodge a few more wrecks. We still have 21 laps to go. Anything can happen, but not looking good for Jamie Mullins, our points leader, who is sitting basically in a modified on pit road waiting on a tow. So, man, really hate to see that, as I was hoping to see a nice tight battle for the King title. But Jamie Mullins having some issues. But a lot of guys coming down pit road getting their service after that wreck. We'll check some damaged cars and see, as right now the leader is showing to be Zach Wetstein. And looks like, who is this out front? The number 1 machine of Brandon Pollock. I think Brandon Pollock may be on the tail end of the lead lap, because I show Zach Wetstein out front. So, but Steve Loving able to miss that accident, and still, I believe he still has his fast repair. I don't remember him being caught up in anything, so he is still doing really well. So, you know, the ball is in his court now to just play it safe and not try to do anything crazy. And but he can't just quit. He can't just get out of line. Chris Reese, those guys are only 10 points back. So if Chris Reese gets up here and finishes second, and Steve Loving finishes 13th or worse, you know, that means Chris Reese will be the king. So he can't just sit back. He can't just once his extremely close competition, Jamie Mullins, is out. He can't just sit back and just take it easy or run at the back of the field. He just can't do that. He's going to get out here and mix it up. And so lots of people still in this thing. And at the end of the race, what we're going to do is just to make sure that iRacing scores everything properly and everything goes well, depending on how the finish is. We know if Steve Loving finishes ahead of Chris Reese, or 4 or 5 spots behind him, he will be the king. But we're going to wait after the fact and let it be official for just a few minutes, and we'll have Brandon Wallace go in and check the points, and then we'll crown our king. So that's how we're going to do that at the end of this race. But 20 laps to go. We've completed 30. So just a little bit over halfway under our 3rd caution. Maybe 4th caution, let's see. 3rd caution, yeah. Checking on some damaged cars, some guys that are in pit road. You see Brandon Pollock with a crinkled front bumper. So you can see that he has been involved in an accident, doesn't have his fast repair. Josh Lokovitz, same way, repairing his damage. Josh Oswald in the same boat in that 17 Goodwrench car. Spencer Gay in the 69 machine, also fixing his damage. We'll kind of go through the field, check everybody's car, see if anybody is, oh Lord. See a little bit of crinkle there on that hood there of Chuck Pegleg. Aaron Sayre in the 42 amp energy machine, definite damage on that front end. Colton Lanford, poor Lanford Nation, hate to say it, but he was involved again, so his radiator's whole front bumper is gone. Jesse Necula looking really good. Steve McDonald. Vernon Reese got a fresh car. David Necula with a little crinkle on that hood. Greg Barnett looking good. Oh, and we are going green. I'm over here looking at cars. Let's get back to the action up front as Zach Wetstein takes a huge jump on the field. I don't know if somebody was sleeping or what, but good grief. I'll have to go to a wider camera just to see everybody. He's so far out ahead, but that's going to put him in a bad spot as we're going to see Kai Shepard getting a push there from Jason Lottridge. Kai Shepard electing to stay behind Zach, so definitely had the opportunity to go around him, leave him a sitting duck, but stayed right behind him. So Zach holds on to that top spot as the field is extremely spread out. Let's kind of go back and see what happened on the initial start if we can. What the world's going on? Well, nothing funny. It looks like it happened. It just a really good restart for Zach, and Jason Lottridge just not getting that jump that he needed. So the pack is really spread out. As we have a little breakaway of about 10 cars, 10, 15. Laps to go. Zach Wetstein out in front. The Nicolas Cage scared the hell out of you car. As you see Kyle Roberts jumping in and out of lanes. You have to be careful with that. We've already seen that kind of go wrong as we start to get real tight here. As guys start to stop giving that little bit extra room. Got to stay in your line. Tell you the bottom line is going to really benefit from this pack being so small. It's going to take quite a few guys to get up in that top line to make it work, but you see the guys wiggling back and forth. Kai probably telling Kyle Roberts, hey man, get off my back bumper, I'm pushing Zach, I don't need you. As Kai decides to go up to the high side, going to leave Zach without a drafting partner. That's going to really pull the ripcord on that parachute for Zach, and you see he goes way back as Kyle Roberts, Kai Shepard. Oh, Kai Shepard sticking with his guy who went with him and was able to get them both clear. We got some great racing going on up here, guys, trying to jockey for position. You know, it's interesting. I can't believe the two out front right now, the 43 and the 35, did not jump down to the bottom, because that bottom is going to get organized and start running down. They do. They must be listening to the broadcast, because they jumped down, left Jason Lottridge all by his lonesome up there on the top side, as he's not going to get a very aggressive push there from Steve Loving. But Zach Wetstein says, well, hey, I'll get up there, and decides to jump up in front in that top line, but that's going to pull Jonah Colbert to the back bumper of Kyle Roberts. These guys really putting on a show here in the race number 6 of the Speedway Kings. Checking on Jamie Mullins. He was able to get his fast repair, but he is multiple laps down. Very frustrating, but he's out here running in the back of this pack here, just praying for a miracle, praying for some sort of luck to go his way, as he is 2 laps down and multiple guys 1 lap down. So it's going to take a lot to get him back on that lead lap and get him back into contention. But Chris Reese running in this second pack, about 5 seconds behind this main pack. So that's definitely not what he needs. But he's in a great spot. If there is something that happens in this front pack and takes out Steve Loving, he is right there where he needs to be to take advantage of that. So lots of strategies going on. Guys wanting to win this race. You see the front's getting really racy. And then you got some guys who are fighting for the right to be called the king for until next time we run this, I guess. Yeah, Kyle Roberts in that 35 machine just seems to every once in a while jump up out of line. That's going to be really scary as old Zach Wetstein goes around and gets into Jonah Colbert. And they go flying down to the inside. We go back and see what happened. And yeah, it looks like, let's go back and look. Oh no, it looks like Jason Lottridge there as we stop this and look, get focused in on Jason Lottridge in the blimp view here. And you see he's going to be on that outer quarter panel or bumper, and then lets Zach get across there, across his bumper. Holy crap, I'm stuttering over my words, but you see it on the screen as he gets down and then gets on the left side of that bumper, and that's all she wrote. Kyle Roberts gets hit on the side, but was able to keep going. But Jonah Colbert not so lucky as he gets wiped out himself. Let's go on board with him and see what that looked like. Was able to miss the initial hit, and that second hit just clobbered him. Nowhere to go. And looks like Jonah Colbert is out of this race. I don't know what the hell is going on here, to be honest. I don't know if they needed to wait on the pace car or what. Kai Shepard is bump drafting the pace car, trying to tandem draft. But Steve Loving doing a great job. I mean, if it ends like it is right now, he has definitely earned it. Done a great job in all 6 races so far. And so far, he has been able to dodge all the wrecks as he was right there around that one and was able to get past it. So doing a great job of wreck avoidance and staying up front, but able to dodge all these wrecks and definitely doing what he has to do. But Chris Reese able to get caught up now, and he was leading that second pack, about 5 seconds back from the main pack, so he was able to miss that accident. So that's going to put him up near the front, and it's going to be interesting what you decide to do. He was definitely waiting for that type of wreck to happen in hopes that Steve Loving gets caught up in that, but did not happen. So at some point you have to decide, hey, I'm just going to go and go to the front, and that's all I can do. I can't really do anything about it. I'm 10 points behind, and hope Steve Loving either gets shuffled out or is caught up in an accident or something like that. But your leader, Kai Shepard in the 43 Ford Fusion. Showing a lot of speed there on that last little run. Able to get out front. Him and Kyle Roberts working really good together. So that's definitely a tandem I expect to see towards the end of this race. So we're going to get a couple more laps to think about this last run to the finish. Going to get the green with about 10 laps to go. Your top 10 right now: Kai Shepard, Kyle Roberts, Jason Lottridge, Steve Loving, Patrick Drobick, Tyler Rice, Kenneth Pack, Josh Smith, Charles Stevens Jr., and Ryan Pendleton. So some guys that's been up there a lot tonight. Some guys who have made their way slowly up to the front. We see the lights are off on the pace car. We are getting doubled up, getting ready to go green. 10 laps to settle this race. Lots of damaged cars, but still plenty of vehicles that have no damage. Who is going to take home the title of King tonight? We come through turn 2. All right, well, somebody is going to take home the title of King, but who's going to take home the win in this extremely exciting, well-fought race? Guys have been extremely racy. These cars look like they're a lot of fun at this track. Just having to work together, being able to push and not completely. We see it go bad a couple of times, but we're going to watch now is Kyle Shepard, Kyle Roberts, Jason Lottridge, and Steve Loving are your top 4. Let's see if it's going to be one of these guys that takes home the win tonight, or if it's going to be one of the guys you see on the right side of your screen that get this win. So getting ready to go green, coming to 10 laps to go. Who is going to be the king, the Super Speedway king, as we finish off this series? 10 more laps in this little mini series. And green flag is out. Kyle Shepard didn't get a huge jump there. Probably a smart move as Kyle Roberts is right there with him. And we'll see. It'll be interesting to see what that 27 car is going to do, how aggressive he's going to be. Because one wrong move, one blown engine, as we saw with Jamie Mullins, that's all that it takes. So be interested to see how aggressive he's going to be up front. His guys are going to be all over the place trying to get this win. They don't care about the title. They may be out of it. But he is still in the running. So yellow flag's out. Got a wreck back here. Looks like Brandon Wallace caught up into something. 38 and 15 to get together, and Brandon Wallace nowhere to go. As we got another big wreck back here. Garrett Kinder not able to get past the Brandon there as he's spinning off the wall. All right, getting the field caught up to the pace car here. Well, let's talk to some folks and see what's on their mind. Let's talk to Chris Reese. Hey, Chris, it's Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, how's it going, Eddie?
Hey, man. Well, good race so far. Able to stay out of wrecks and dodge a lot of the incidents that's going on here, especially in the last half of this race. You're still in it for the king. You were sitting in third in points. You need a little bit of help though. You got about 10 points behind Steve Loving, and he is up running in fourth place. But one little wrong turn, one little slip, and you could be crowned king tonight. So what's your thoughts? Kind of what's your plan? How are you approaching this as we get down to the last few laps?
I mean, at this point, it's just kind of throw him over the steering wheel and hope she sticks, isn't it?
Well, I think so. I think you doing all you can do, and that's to get up front. But I just didn't know how. Are you playing the points game at all? Or are you thinking about maybe I don't want to be up in that front pack and get caught up in the big one if it happens?
No, so far, Steve's been able to miss every big one that's gotten anywhere near him. So I think I just got to get up there and just try and race with him and beat him that way.
Well, all right. Well, good luck. Thanks for talking to me, and maybe we'll see you as king at the end of the race.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that was Chris Reese. sitting third with Jamie Mullins out. That pretty much knocks Jamie out of the contention for the King, unfortunately. That moves first and second, Steve Loving being first and Chris Reese being second in the point standings. But he needs about 10 points, where those two, they were 1 point separated them. Chris Reese is going to need a lot of help here, so. Try to find some people to talk to that we haven't gotten in here just yet. Don't want to bother people while they're. Well, let's bring Steve Loving up here and let's talk to him. Hey, Steve, this is Eddie in the booth.
Hey, what's going on?
Well, you've been able to dodge every wreck that's been around you. It's like you're just kind of doing a dance up there. Just kind of they're wrecking around you. You're just kind of whoop 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 whoop, able to miss it. So you're up here. You're getting racy, trying to win this race. It looks like. Kind of tell me what your thoughts here at the end of the race. What you're going to try to do? You've got Jamie Mullins out of the race. You know, your closest competitor, the leader coming into this race, is out. So now you have Chris Reese, who's running in 10th. You just need 10 points to beat him. What is your plan?
Keep Reese behind me. Keep dancing. If he gets next to me, door him, put him in the wall. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. Just keep dancing, play it safe, try to keep dodging, anticipating someone's mistake, and hopefully I don't have to get towed and I can make it to the finish.
Well, all right. Well, good luck.
Thanks, sir.
All right, there you go. Got to play smart. Got to be smart about it. Get up there and try to. It's really easy to kind of try to win the race. You get kind of greedy and go, man, I think I can win this race, and you get yourself caught up in a mess and lose both of them. So that's part of the game. Part of the game is trying to manage aggressive with being a little safe. But right now, Kai Shepard is our leader, and he's going to try to go out there and get this win just like everybody else in this top 5. So business is going to pick up. We're going to get the green with 6 laps to go, and I can tell you right now, it is going to be a madhouse as these guys are going to hopefully get 3 wide, and we see these guys hopefully make it all the way around. But I would imagine that I am pissing in the wind with that hope. And I know we're doing a lot of Steve Loving, Jamie Mullins, and Chris Reese talk, but that is the battle for the whole reason why guys are here, racing for the title of King. They get to, every time they join a race inside Original Rebels, they have the title of the King. So everybody knows that they are the Super Speedway King. So very prestigious. Josh Lokovitz back here. He is the current one. He is passing the torch tonight. Like Josh had a tough race tonight. But here we go. 6 laps to settle it. What's going to happen? Is Steve Loving going to be able to stay out of trouble, or is he going to get bit by the bug here? And who's going to win the race? It's going to be Kyle Roberts, Kai Shepard, or is someone in the back, Patrick Drabbit, Josh Smith, who's been super fast. Where is the winner going to come from as Kai brings us down very slowly, not jumping the restart? Probably a very smart thing to do. Green is out. Kai does not get a good jump, but just trying to make sure he doesn't get out too far ahead. And that's going to allow Kyle Roberts to get sort of a run on the outside with Steve Loving pushing him. Kyle Roberts gets a little bit high there. Steve has to back off a little bit. You see somebody blinking there. I'm not really sure who that is. The number 6 machine of Tyler Rice blinked out there for a second. That's scary. You don't want to see that. But he comes back. No problem. We've got a wreck. The number 38 goes around. Greg Barnett gets tagged, and he goes around. That's going to bring us back under caution. That was quick. Very, very quick. What happened there? Let's try to go back and find. Let's see. Try to go back half speed, and we'll watch that 38 machine and see what happened here as we're going down the backstretch. Oh, yeah, it looks like the top line just had to check up a little bit, and Zach Wetstein just plows right into the back bumper. Just hard to see. You can't really see what's going on. I bet if we go on board with Zach and go on the cockpit view and back it up, I bet we're going to see absolutely nothing. And we'll watch from his view as, yeah, just not able to see that checkup in time. Couldn't see the 78 machine, and by the time he realized it, it was a little bit too late. So nothing really either one of those guys can do. But Greg Barnett on the receiving end of that. So Kyle Roberts was able to get the lead away from Kai, so he's going to control the restart and be our leader. Unless somebody has some sort of damage, we definitely won't see any pit road takers. I think we've got a couple guys, Brandon Wallace, who is just trying to limp and get around to the end of this race, and Greg Barnett, who we saw get tagged there. His front bumper is gone. So guys just trying to make it limp around to the end. Steve McDonald coming down with the same issue. Aaron Sayer going to come in and get some damage fixed. A lot of front bumpers missing in this field now as fast repairs are all but used up. Let's see. Let's talk to some people. Who do we got in here to try to talk to somebody from the... Let's bring old Jason Lottridge up here and let's see what his plan is at the end of this race. Hey, Jason, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, man, you're sitting there in 4th place. You made a nice strategy call to get towards the front. Been kind of up front the rest of the time after that. And here you are with a chance to win this race. Kind of what's your plan? What's your plan getting ready to get this green-white checkered underway?
Well, the first is to stay away from the Missile Roberts because he's a little erratic tonight. But besides that, just try to get a good restart. Try to stay tucked behind the car in front of me, whichever that might be. I'm guessing that's Kai right now, if I'm guessing. And just foot down and go. And if I have to make a crazy move the last lap, I'm going to do so because it's the last race of the Super Speedway King Series, and I want to have some fun.
Well, now you got the Super Speedway Kings, the current king right now in front of you. How much are you gonna, it's Steve Loving who's leading the points right now. How aggressive are you gonna be around them, or are you just gonna run your own race and try to get the win?
Well, I mean, I think the second place driver, Jamie Mullins, has already disconnected. So I think Loving pretty much just has it locked up no matter what. So I'm just going to run and have some fun. And, if he's collateral damage by accident, so be it. I'm not going to wreck him on purpose or anything like that, but I am going to run hard and try to win this race.
Well, all right. Well, good luck to you.
Thanks, Eddie.
Well, there you have it. You see guys are not concerned with that title at all. And ready to go up here and get this win. That's how bad some of these guys want to win, and I like it. I like it. I'm here to run my race. I'm not worried about what's going on around me. I want to get out there and get that win. And I always say at the end of the race, if you get an interview, that's enough. So go get that interview, Jason. Well, all right, we get the one to go. Kyle Roberts, your leader. Kai Shepard in second. Got a lot of guys in this top 10 that definitely can make something happen. Kyle Roberts, Kai Shepard, Jason Lodger, Steve Loving, but Patrick Drabick just slowly making his way up towards the front. Been in this front pack for a while now, so definitely can see him making a move. Josh Smith, who is very, very competitive and very aggressive early on, definitely knows how to get around this draft. Charles Stevens Jr., we saw him doing a great job pushing folks. I think he's probably one of the best pushers in the field, if I had to guess. Kenneth Pack, excuse me. We haven't talked about him too much, but he is running in 8th place with definite a shot to win. Tyler Rice been up front all race long, so man, it's going to be tough. I have no idea who's going to come away with this one. We saw last restart Kai Shepard with a really smart maneuver of just staying close and just rolling on the throttle, keeping that person in the second lane behind you on your bumper. That way you don't get too far out ahead and they don't run you down. Let's see what Kyle Roberts decides to do as he now controls the restart. Will he try to get a jump and get out ahead, or will he roll on it, slow roll it as well? So. All right, green, white, checkered, one of two, most likely. So if we come around and we get the white flag, that's going to be the race. So let's see if we can get there. Not a lot of time if you're 3 or 4 rows deep. You got to make your move now. Kyle Roberts does slow roll it. Green flag is out. Kyle gets a pretty decent little jump there with Steve Loving right on his bumper. If I'm Steve Loving, I'm pushing Kyle Roberts as far and as long as I can. Because that's going to get you out front and keep you away from any accidents that could happen. Kai Shepard just begging Jason Lodge, please push me. Everybody in that top line is starting to get really, really close as the top line is making a little bit of ground. You're going to see the big surge there of the top line as Kai Shepard jumps down in front of Kyle Roberts, and that leaves Jason Lodger's there on the outside getting pushed by the Pepsi machine of Patrick Drabick with Josh Smith behind him. So the top, Kai Shepard jumps down to the bottom line, but that may have been a mistake as that top line has really got ahead of steam as Patrick Drabick all over the back bumper of Jason Lodger's pushing him out ahead. Jason Lodger's going to jump down. Man, I don't know about that. That seems like a bad move, but white flag is out. You see Chris Reese up there trying to make that top line move, has no help as Charles Stevens is coming to the back bumper of Josh Smith in that red car as he is all over the back bumper to Patrick Drabick as they are laying on the bumper right now. You see how close these guys are. Jason Lodger's losing a little bit of help there as you see him bobbing and weaving down the back straightaway. Oh, Kai Shepard is going to turn Jason Lodger's into the inside wall. Patrick Drabick, oh my goodness, be careful. Steve Loving watching, trying to get through this mess as we're wrecking behind us, but Josh Smith going to try to get a run on Patrick Drabick. Patrick shuts the door, and now it's a drag race to the end. Patrick Drabick on the inside, Josh Smith on the outside. Patrick going to get a little bit of help. That may be all that he needs as we come around to the wreck. Oh, no! And Charles Stevens is going to win as Josh Smith and Patrick Drabick get together right at the start-finish line, and wow, what a finish. Charles Stevens with a great move, pushing Patrick to the win as Josh Smith does a sort of a desperation move there and just tries to get onto the side of Patrick Drabick and gets him and turns him into the wall. But Charles Stevens able to sneak by on the inside as they get together. And just that extra little bit of start-finish line is all that Charles Stevens needed. And he is able to get the win. Wow, what a finish there, as there was a lot that was going on. And it looks like Steve Loving did finish Steve Loving able to finish one spot ahead of Chris Reese, so I feel very confident in saying that he is going to be crowned king, but we'll wait for an official word from our series commissioner. Wow, what a fantastic finish there at the end. Let's go ahead and get these guys in here to talk to them. We'll start with Ryan Pendleton if he's still in the chat. And he is, so I'm going to bring him up in the booth. Hey, Ryan, this Eddie in the booth. You got me?
What's going on, Eddie? I got you.
Jesus, what the hell happened there? You came out of nowhere to get that third place finish, and it was just a madhouse. Just cars wrecking all over. But, man, you was able to come home third place. Kind of walk me through that last lap, man. What'd you see?
I had my eyes closed. I don't know. I didn't. No, I mean, I guess super speedway race, right? Yeah, the guys were driving pretty aggressive the whole race, but it was fun. Got some guys tangled up there at the end 2 times in front of me, so kind of just lucked out on that one, unlike some of the other ones tonight. Ended up in third.
Well, tell me about your race. I mean, you were kind of, in the top 10 the whole race. What was your plan? What were you trying to do as far as positioning yourself to be here at the end?
Yeah, I was liking the high line more, a lot more freedom up there. But to be honest, I didn't have much strategy. I was trying to get up to my teammate Pat. We never really got together to be able to work together. But other than that, man, just survive pretty much was my strategy there.
Well, all right, man. Well, congratulations on third place. You say you looked into it, but luck sometime is made, and so I think you came away with a really nice finish there. So congratulations on third, man. You got anybody you want to thank? Any shout outs?
Yeah, obviously, huge shout out to Goat Locker Racing, teammate Pat out here tonight. Obviously, the Rebels for putting this on, you for a great broadcast, and then I wasn't tracking the points, but whoever ended up winning it, huge shout out to them. Congrats.
Well, all right. Well, congratulations again, and we'll see you. We'll see you at the next one.
All right, appreciate it.
Okay, I kind of moved him into the first spot I could find. Well, let's go ahead and get Patrick Drabick in here. Patty D, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
What's up?
Well, you're in good spirits, and I'm glad to hear that because you were right there where you needed to be. You got the push that you needed, and it looks like Josh Smith was like, well, if I can't win, nobody can, and just got down on your quarter panel. Don't think it was intentional to wreck you. I think he was just trying to get a little bump there, and y'all got tangled up. But you still come home wrecking across the start-finish line in second place. Kind of tell me about your race and how it was, especially that last lap coming home second place.
Man, Eddie, I was just out here tonight having a lot of fun. Hadn't got a chance to run in one of these races yet. Got a chance to call one with you the other day, so I figured why the hell not? Let's come out here and do some racing. And really, it's having a lot of fun. These cars are so hard to be able to pass, to figure out how to pass. But yeah, man, I will outwardly say I'm in good spirits, but I thought I had that race won, man, and that was a heartbreaker.
Yeah, you got a really nice shove from Charles Stevens, and yeah, just a battle there at the end trying to get that win. But man, congratulations, second place. Still nothing to sneeze at. Tell me, well, I guess you've already went over it. Well, who you want to thank? Any sponsors? Any shout outs? You already covered all that.
Man, the biggest shout out in the world goes to Charles Stevens. Man, I love that kid to death. He has been out here racing his guts out week in and week out in every damn series. I've got to call races, race with him, do all kinds of crazy stuff. So I'm not going to shout out anybody else, but that young man right there, damn sure earned that win. And I'm so super proud of him.
Well, all right. Well, thank you so much. Like I said, I want to just shout you out and just say thank you so much for coming on board with the 87 series that starts tomorrow night at 9 o'clock Eastern. I want to thank y'all, Goat Locker, for coming on board, man. We sure do appreciate it. And congratulations on a second place finish.
Thank you, sir.
Well, there you have it. Second place, Patrick Drabick. Let's bring in our race winner, Charles Stevens. If I can get him in here. Boom, Charles Stevens, Eddie, in the booth. You got me?
I got you, man.
Well, you know what? They say good things come to those who wait, and I said that you were, a few cautions ago, you were probably the best pusher in the field. As if Charles Stevens gets to your back bumper, you got a good chance to win. And right there on the last lap, you definitely showed that as you got to the back bumper of Pat, and you were probably going to push him to the win, and the two front two cars got tangled up, and you were right in the right position to get that win. You know, they say nice guys finish last, but I think you finished first tonight, bud.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, it was definitely a great race. I was working with Josh there for the beginning of the race. And like I said, I don't know if he caught the apron or just got loose, and I was in that first wreck that took us out, and I just was just patient and just make my way through the field. And on that last green white checkered, I took it 3 wide and got it behind Josh. And when I saw that hole open up behind Patrick, I went for it. And like I said, I was going to push him to the win. And when I saw them guys get tangled up, I was like, well, this just must be luck on my end. So I'll take it.
Well, congratulations, man. What a fantastic series. Man, you sure did show a lot of strength all season long. So, man, it's always fun to watch you. And like I said, you made the right call pushing somebody to the win, and you got rewarded for it. So, congratulations on a win. Hell of a job, man.
Awesome, man. I appreciate it, Eddie.
Well, all right. Well, let's bring in. All right, Brandon Wallace. This is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
10-4. I got you, Eddie.
Well, man, your race wasn't probably what you wanted, but you were the commissioner. You put this series on, and I got to tell you, Brandon, man, I know we like to talk a little bit of shit, but man, you put on a great series, man. It was fun to watch. It was fun to be a part of. I couldn't wait to come. It's weird. I don't love super speedway racing at all, driving in it, but when it comes to broadcasting, I couldn't wait to come and broadcast these things because they were just so much fun. Seeing all the different cars, it's such a great format. So, man, just thank you a lot for putting that on, and we're gonna go ahead. Are you ready to announce who the king is?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna move.
The king dingling up.
All right, there he is. On you, Brandon.
All right, our season 2 King Dingling, the king of the Super Speedway Kings. One Steve Loving, couple wins, awesome finishes. Steve, talk about a race. Talk about this series, brother.
Oh, it was incredible. It's amazing. It was hard. It was a lot of luck. Man, it was a great time. That last run was rough. I just had to keep avoiding everything, and fortunately, I did even on the last lap and made it work. And I don't know how, but it happened, and it feels good.
All right, man. We just want to know one question. Where's that golden horseshoe right now?
I'm waiting for it.
Oh, okay.
Well, Steve, man, tell me about. I mean, just the the decision to just be in the mess, and guys were going to try to wreck for the win, and you were just right there in the thick of it. I think that's what probably won you the title is having that aggression and being able to not be too scared. I think in super speedway racing, it's really easy to be too cautious, and that ends up you getting wrecked. But tonight you showed why you're the king is because you were willing to get up there and get into the mix, but able to miss all those wrecks. And there at the end, while you were getting wrecked across the start finish line, you were still close enough that you was able to take home that. So just kind of talk me through about your decision just to stay aggressive and how important that is in super speedway racing.
So for me, these specific cars, I think are really hard to pass. It's hard to get a run and keep a run. So knowing that, I did not want to start in the back and try to work my way through the pack. I mean, you get a run, next thing you know, you get sucked into the line, you just stay put. So my philosophy was I got to somehow stay up in the top 5, top 10, worst case scenario, and just go for it and try to be smart where I position the car. The last few laps, I got lucky. I started on the inside, had a couple chances to move up, chose not to because I wanted to have an exit in case something happened. But yeah, I mean, you're right. I just wanted to stay aggressive and give it a good shot and go for it and hope for the best.
Well, tell us about where you watch it. Let me ask you: were you watching what Jamie Mullins was doing through the race, or were you just running your own race?
I was paying attention to where he was. I was waiting for him to catch up, but at some point, I noticed he dropped off the board and got caught up in an incident. I assumed he got towed, which is really unfortunate. I was really hoping to run him and run with them for at least the last 10 laps or so. We were having a great time racing together last night, and we were hoping to really duke it out tonight. So I feel real bad that he got wrecked out, and that's horrible for him. But once that happened, I knew I could breathe a little bit, and I just had to keep an eye on Reese. And Reese had a hell of a run on that last lap. I was actually getting a little worried because I was sitting there thinking, I was counting how many cars he's in front of me. I was like 1, 2, 3, 4, because knew if he was like 6 spots in front of me, that would be it. So I was like, don't lose the draft, don't let off the gas, just keep going, dodge it. But yeah, it was a great time. Brandon did a great job hosting the series, and yeah, this was a blast.
Well, a lot of times super speedway racing is a lot about luck and just being lucky. And Charles said he got lucky. Ryan said he got lucky to finish where he is. But in a series like this, I mean, this is almost like a game, a 7-game series with all the different disciplines. I gotta say, Steve, man, I think you really earned this title. You definitely didn't luck into this at all. So, man, what a great job! What a great little series there, and you definitely earned the title. But you have any shout outs, any sponsors, anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, absolutely. First, the league for giving the opportunity to everyone to really run. That's great. Brandon for taking time to administer this thing. Sometimes it's a thankless job. It's a lot of work, but definitely appreciate his hard work and putting it together. Eddie, you for broadcasting on the Rebels Racing Network. That's great. Sponsors, Hull Sheet Metal, our newest sponsor, Valvoline, coming in. JC Motorsports for supporting me, and most of all, that Hendrick Chevrolet with that city sponsor. Just wanted to help me put it across the finish with a wreck.
All right, Steve. Well, I'm going to tell you this. We didn't announce this, but there is a trophy and prize coming for this winning the King title. Not only having the title of King, but there will be a trophy. I'll have you pictures hopefully tomorrow or Tuesday if UPS hadn't lost it. But I'll get your address stuff. We'll get it sent out to you, brother.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, man.
Awesome. Well, congratulations to Steve. We're gonna put him in the waiting room, and and my voice is gonna crack. I'm going through some changes, Brandon. I'm actually gonna bring up Jamie Mullins, and we're gonna talk to him. Kind of a heartbreak of a night. Definitely was class of the field, and just was unfortunately the unlucky one who got caught up into this. So let's bring Jamie up here and kind of talk to him about it. Hey, Jamie, this is Eddie and Brandon in the booth. You got us?
Hey, Eddie.
Well, man, kind of wanted to bring you up in here just because, you were there fighting for it and just got caught up in an accident, and we saw it on the broadcast. You had to tow, and that put you a couple laps down, and just kind of the nail in the coffin there as you weren't able to get it caught back up. Man, really, really hate to see that, but man, I got to give you props, man. You had a hell of a season. In a 6-race stretch, you were really class of the field, you and Steve. And so just a heartbreaker. That's the way these super speedways go. But kind of talk me through your race and kind of what happened, and yeah.
Well, I did something different. I actually tried to qualify this time and qualified kind of up front within the top 10, I guess. And I just couldn't pass, couldn't go nowhere. Got caught up in a couple messes in typical super speedway races. But overall, I disconnected out. I didn't have anything left, but I still got out of the session with a smile on my face. Had a blast. I mean, and to finish third out of a bunch of great racers in here, to me, is a win in my book. Steve ran a great series. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to Chris coming on second with that. I just had a blast. I mean, I can't be disappointed. To me, it's to be able to do this and to race with these guys door to door, and for it to come down to a final race like that, to me, is just it's amazing. It's amazing what this series can do.
Well, Jamie, I mean, you guys were the class of the field, and man, I know your pain. I heard it in your voice there in Discord when we were there rooting and cheering for you on, and knowing if the pictures of your race setup in your metal chair that you drive out of and single monitor, you and buying 2 of these cars 30 minutes before the race started, you, sir, you definitely have our respect as a super speedway man. So we appreciate you being here for sure.
Well, thank y'all very much. Again, it's like I said, I had a blast to be able to come in here and race with these guys. I do what I can, but sometimes you win, sometimes you don't win. So I mean, this is just one of those times. Yeah, I was disappointed, but I'm the kind of guy that in about 5 seconds I get over it and come back in and go again. I'm like, well, there's always next week.
Well, as a, to be a Tennessee Vols fan, you have to be that way a little bit. So, no,
Well,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I should have said that. Anyway,
Hey, we're going to a
congratulations.
bowl game, so it doesn't. That's all that matters.
Well, all right, Jamie. Well, congratulations on a good season. Heartbreaking finish, but like you said, you left with a smile on your face, and I think there's plenty of wins and plenty of titles for you to be winning down the road. So, congratulations, and I guess congratulations on the heartache. I don't know why I said congratulations, but still a really good season. So, man, just thanks for being a part of this, and we'll see you next season.
All righty, Eddie. Thank you, man, for these broadcasts, and you're doing a great job.
Man, I always appreciate that. All right, well, let's bring Chris Reese. Let's go ahead and get the top three. Since he's been patiently waiting, let's go ahead and bring him in here and talk to him about that last little bit of laps. Hey, Chris, this is Eddie and Brandon in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, loud and clear, Eddie. How you doing?
All doing good, man. Well, we talked to you during the race and just how you were going to manage it, and you're making your way to the front. Actually made some moves there to get up close to the top five, but just you just needed a little bit more. You needed Steve to have a little bit of bad luck, and it just never came his way. So, but you were able to snag second place in the standings. You definitely showed a lot of speed, a lot of consistency this season. Kind of talk about that last little bit of the race and the season as a whole.
Oh, the season as a whole, that was a lot of fun. I was just telling Jamie that I would love to do this like once every other month. This has been an absolute blast. Those last couple laps, it's like I've been telling the other guys. I decided I was putting my foot to the floor and just see how it happened, and I was just almost getting ready to move into third there, going through the tri-oval at the end, and then the big wreck happened. I was hoping would stay away.
Well, all right. Well, you got any shout outs? Anybody you want to thank? Like I said, a great finish. Great to come home second place, so close. But you got any shout outs? Any sponsors you want to thank?
Refab Inc. And then of course you in the booth up there. Brandon for putting this thing on, and Rebels. And then I'd like to give a shout out to JC Motorsports. We finished 1-2 in this deal, so that's pretty good for us as a team. Probably could have been 1-2-3, but a guy decided he'd rather broadcast it to drive in it.
10-4.
Don't know what you're talking about there.
Hey, real quick, who is Vernon Reese?
That's my dad.
Well, I tell you what, both of y'all. I mean, Vernon was running. It was in fourth in the standings, so both of y'all had really great showings in this series. So I want to shout him out as well as having a great run. Had a little bit of trouble tonight, but overall was up front, and he was in the top 5, top 10 almost every race. So a great showing from him as well coming home. I don't know where he finished in the final point standing, but coming into this race, he was sitting there fourth, right behind you.
I think he wound up fourth. I looked just a
Yeah,
few minutes
he's fourth.
ago.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's probably one of the few guys in the league that's actually been in a stock car on Daytona.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, he the year 1989 he ran an ARCA car at Daytona.
Wow. Well, he's definitely showing he's got that experience. That's for sure. So, well, congratulations, Chris, on a great season and coming home in second place in the standings. Congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
All right, Brandon, I don't never know how to end those interviews. I always just want to throw them out of the room and
Yeah, just take them out, cut them off.
Just scoot them off the room. So, well, anyway, Brandon, that was a good series. You got any parting words? Any final thoughts?
Well, man, it was a pleasure to put it on, and it was a pleasure that all these guys participated. We had a lot of participation in all the races. A lot of the races were clean, especially for super speedways. We crowned a new champ. We're going to give out some new hardware, a new nickname in Discord. Appreciate you for always broadcasting this, and Griff for running the league, and all the admins that helped along the way. This was kind of a new thing to try with new cars, new tracks. Last season we just did Cup and trucks at Daytona and Talladega. This one we kind of did the harder cars all at Dega in the heat of the day, and just let it fly.
Yeah, I think it was a fantastic idea. Man, it showed there's so many disciplines in those cars. There's so many different skills that are required to finish well in those races. A little bit of luck helps, but I think all those different cars really shows that whoever gets the king title, they definitely earned it. So, man, fantastic season. It's crazy to think that I'd be so amped about a super speedway series, but I have to say it's been a hell of a one. So, congratulations, great series, and we're gonna go ahead and stop the broadcast here, and we'll see y'all later. We'll thank all of our series sponsors, everybody that puts this on, all the admins that put in hard work. Like to give them a shout out, and always want to thank all veterans, first responders, police, firemen, all the guys who to make this league run, um, and who support us along the way. So just want to thank y'all and everybody that was watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you tomorrow night. 87 series gonna
Can't
start
wait.
tomorrow. So
Yes, sir.
hope to see y'all come back out on Rebel Racing Network. See some 87 cars at Daytona. We're gonna get this season started. There's a lot coming down the pipe for that 87 series. I think we're gonna have a big field. So y'all come out tomorrow night and check that out. And as always, the broadcast is gonna have a little bit of special stuff going on. So definitely come by and check that out.